What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for the player ratings because we have beaten Frosinone. We won. Was an early kickoff, so it's gonna be a late player ratings, but some interesting stuff, some obvious stuff we have discussed, and maybe some things even Allegri agrees on at this moment in time, you might suggest. So we will go over the ratings as we always do. Like the video first, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and thanks everybody who's still watching on Christmas Eve. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, so we won the game. I think everyone knows that by now. I think it's one of those performances. It's not as dominant, as clean as that shriek. And we can go into why that is. We still won't give up a lot of chances. We do give up a lot of momentum in certain moments of the game. I think that's the right choice of words now. But from that back line, I gave Chesney a 6.5 because when it was 1-1, he kept us in the game with an amazing save. A very, very good save. A save Chesney kind of always makes. It was ridiculous, but he kept us in that game. And it wasn't because Frosinone were pushing us back and all those things, but you know how it goes. If you are not playing well and you give the ball to the opponent, it just needs to happen once, and that would have been a ridiculous goal, but it could have happened once, and that doesn't mean you gave up a ton of chances, but it does mean that you need your goalkeeper to bail you out, basically, in certain moments when you are not good enough and not awake enough, basically, to put the game away. So I gave him a 6.5 because I thought that save was ridiculous and it was extremely good. Sandro injured. I give him 5.5. I don't really know how to rate that. I don't think he was bad up to that point, but he's injured again. No real news on the extent of the injury, but they suggest it's gonna be again a month and a half from the initial thing. I've said it many times on Alexandro. I don't know why he's playing. We need to keep it. We need to be honest here. He's not gonna be here next season. It's extremely and it's completely pointless that he plays and keeps minutes away from a Gatti, for example, or a Rugani, who is going to stay at this club. So I don't know what the point is. We play once a week. If you want to rest, interchange with Rugani because, again, he's going to be here. Alexander's not going to be here. It's pointless, and I know there's talks about trying to move him on in January. That's not going to happen, especially with the injury now. That being said, I think 5.5 is fair because he didn't really have much to do. Then Bremer, I gave Bremer a 6, and I know there's a lot of controversy for the goal conceded, and I think one guy is at main fault, and we will get into that a little bit, Kostic. And everybody was blaming Bremer because he kept everybody on side, but from what we know at this moment in time, he sets the line. He is the play. He's the last defender. He sets the line, and he is looking with his back towards everybody. And maybe you can say, he needs to see it and he needs to step up that line. But it usually doesn't work like that. Usually the defender sets the line and everybody needs to kind of follow it. And you have players just running away. So I give him a 6. Is he to blame? You can say yes. I can flip it. I think the defender, like the main guy, and he is the main guy, he is the last man, sets the line. And I have a feeling everybody was kind of not on point with that one. So I gave him a 6 because other than that, he was dominant again and he did what he had to do. I gave Danilo a 5.5 because I don't think he had a good game again. He's actually, ever since he came back, I don't think he played that well. Maybe the first game, but he didn't play well again. He's very slow, and it's becoming a bit scary when he gets isolated. Usually his positioning was a point enough to overcome that, but in the last couple of games, not even that is the how do you want to say that, is the case, and he's getting outpaced, he's getting outmuscled at times, which is weird because he's a big guy. That goal, again, not the main guy, but he didn't follow through. That's one, and two, he didn't even have the pace to correct his mistake. Basically, I don't think he's playing well, if I'm being honest, and I think that backline isn't being It's not poor, but it's not as good as it was when we had Rugani, Bremer, and Gatti playing. But that's a discussion we can have further on. But I gave Danilo a 5.5. Not a disaster game, but I don't think he had a particularly good game. Then the midfielders, Cambiaso, it's a weird one because I know a lot of people are going to say 6.5, and in the first half he was brilliant. The issue is with Cambiaso a little bit is he has very good first halves, and then he has not average or like not disaster second halves basically. But compared to the first half, there is kind of a big drop off in the second half, and if he can put together a first half and a second half, then he can be a very good player, an excellent player. At this moment in time, I think he's struggling to finding the balance, and maybe he goes too much in the first half, and in the second half it's kind of over. But he needs to find a balance because he can be a very good player. He can be an excellent player. If you watch that first half, that was very good, and a lot of his first halves are very good. Second half, there is a drop off, and I am not sure as of why that is basically because I think as you can see, he is quality enough to kind of maintain that, in my opinion. But I gave him a 6. I know a lot of people will probably say it's a 6.5 for me, 6 for me. McKennie, 6.5. I thought he was excellent. Even on a technical level, it was much better. My issue with McKennie is he's limited technically, and even Allegri said so. I think everybody knows, and at times it's a bit frustrating because with a player who's technically better, you can get more out of the positions he gets in. That's my thing. I cannot put the lack of ability on him because that's just who he is. But the work rate was brilliant again. The assist was good. And actually, the link-up play was also very good against Frosinone. So I give him a 6.5. I thought he had a very good game. And it's good. He's playing well. Let's see how long it will go. The Leeds thing is behind him now, I guess. And even the period with us before he left Leeds, kind of behind him. I think physically he's in better shape, which helps, obviously. And his mindset is what it should be at this moment in time. I think he understood that the type of player he is for this team, and he's showing it now. So 6.5. Locatelli came off injury. I think it's the ribs. He had issue with the ribs, so we need to see how that will go for the Roma game. I give him 5.5 because I don't think he had a particularly good game. Again, but Locatelli, I will keep repeating myself. And maybe it's because of the position he's playing, but again, it's very hot and cold in my opinion, and the balance is just not there. It hasn't been there ever since he joined, in my opinion, and I cannot even say at this point, he's better in that position, because he said, I can play this position and I'm improving and I will improve, but I just don't see it. I don't think there's a lot of consistency with his performances, and he got off injured. Let's hope it's not that bad. But I gave him a 5.5. I don't think he was that good. Rabiot, solid 6. Did what he had to do. Played his game. Broke up play, like Julian loves to call it. But I think he had a good game. Overall, I think he had a very good game. Clean, in my opinion. Kind of leadership this time, speaking with Yilidz before kickoff. I thought that was interesting. So I give him a 6. I think he had a solid game. Kostic, 5. I think it was that bad that at one point when he made that mistake with the goal, even Allegri was like, I need to pull you. We were not 2-0 or 3-0 up in that first half because of Kostic. We took away a great assist from Yilidz. He got in a very good scoring opportunity, and I think he booted it out of the stadium. And then his decision-making in the final third was awful, And again, I don't know what he's offering at this moment in time. He's not offering enough to play every single week. I don't get it. Somebody needs to explain it to me, because defensively, I don't like he's disciplined, but I think that's just the basic thing, being disciplined. I don't get it. It's not that he's defensively solid as a rock, if you want to call it. So very confusing, but he had a poor game. So 5. He wasn't good. 5 for me. The attack. Milik played 90 minutes, and some might say how. I kind of agree. When the sub came in, I was shocked that he stayed on for Vlahovic. I think bringing on Vlahovic was the right decision. I don't think it was the right decision to keep Milik on the pitch. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, Allegri was right. He brought in Vlahovic." I think bringing on Vlahovic was the right decision. I think you should have kept on Yildiz. I gave Yildiz a 7 because without Chiesa, you know what you're missing, and he made up for it in a different way. It's not like Chiesa. It's not very direct or like one-on-one. It's kind of roaming between the lines, picking up the ball, playing it through the middle, little flicks here and there. Like his passing is effortless. Like he doesn't fully put his body into it. It's just flicks here and there. It's very smooth. It's very clean. He can see things. He know when he needs to keep the ball instead of just, putting it away really quickly. All those things. So to replace Chiesa, I thought that was good. I gave him 7, excuse me. He was my man of the match. I don't get why he got subbed. I'm very confused as of why he got subbed. I don't get it. And I know people will say Allegri was right, with the subs. He was right to bring on Vlahovic, but I don't think we won that game because Milik stayed on that pitch, if I'm being completely honest. We won it because Vlahovic did what he had to do, and that was the right sub. And we will go into the subs. Gatti came on very early, against his ex-team. I think he had a solid game, so I give him a 6, coming in cold early on in the game. It's not always fun. I've watched Liverpool play against Arsenal. I know it's Arsenal. Joe Gomez came on and he he was off pace completely. I know a different pace, but it's not that easy to come on, especially a center back, in my opinion. But he did well, so I'll give him a 6. Hans replaced Nicolosi, replaced Locatelli, and you know what? He was excellent. When I say Hans doesn't need to be at the club, is because he's not going to play him, and if there's not going to be injuries, I think he's just too good enough to be on the bench. He can play for a very good mid-table team, and you might say he can play for Lazio or Fiorentina, but I'm just being, over the top, not over the top now, but he's a very good player. And I think with time, he will perform better and better. And I thought he was very good when he came on, splitting the passes, being very calm, very composed, doing even the easy things, which was needed in certain moments. I think Locatelli can do that, but it's all over the place at times. And he does too much, when he needs to be controlled. And I thought he was controlled, so I gave him a 6. Vlahovic, 6.5. His hold-up play was good. He missed that first chance, which he should be taking, and it's crazy what he's missing and what he's scoring at this point. It's actually unbelievable because he's scoring the hard ones and missing the easy ones. And I thought, oh boy, he is mentally cooked again. And you know what? He proved me wrong. He stepped up. It didn't bother him because usually when these things happen with him, the ball just bounces off him and it goes all over the place. But he said basically no. And he was very good holding up play. He was excellent linking up play. And that goal was just brilliant. That was a very, very tough header. And he puts that away as a striker should be doing. And then the third one, it got disallowed. But even that wasn't a quote-unquote easy one. But he puts that away. So my point with Vlahovic, or with the attack in general, is if you get one chance a game and you miss that, it will stick in your head. It will stick on the mind of the fans. You need to create a couple, and they will put it away, And people will say, oh, top strikers will get one chance. See Trezeguet, see Higuain. Yes, but we didn't create one chance for a striker every single game when we had Higuain and Trezeguet. We created multiple chances. And yes, there were games we stole it and we nicked it. I get that. But it wasn't week in, week out. That's my point. And that goes for anyone playing up top. If you create enough, they will get goals. And there will be weeks that you don't create enough and you need to bury that one chance. And then I'm 100% with you. You need to put it away if you're that guy. But if it happens week in, week out, it's not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. You need to get a couple of opportunities. And when I say chances, it doesn't need to be tap-ins, because you can see Vlahovic, what type of goals he can score. He just needs to be put in those positions. And not him, Milik, Keane, Chiesa, Yildiz, whoever plays, to get those opportunities, and then you will see a different type of performances, in my opinion. But if every week, one chance, not even a top striker is going to have a very good record. If he gets one chance every single week and needs to put them away consistently, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Look up the conversion rate of top strikers and you will be shocked. You will be shocked how many chances they miss, but how many chances they get to the numbers they... Ronaldo was top scorer for us last season, or at one point, but he missed the most chances in entire Europe. But they created so much that he put away so many. Junior 6, again, with Junior, he needs playing time. He's rusty. The first 50 minutes, it felt very rusty. But after that, his qualities came through. You know, he's good on the ball. He actually can win the ball back, which is high up the pitch, which is very interesting. His link-up play is good. He sees things. Again, the first 50 minutes, shaky, but it's normal. It will get better if he plays regularly. It does. And if you look at the Kostic performance and performances over the last week, there's like, he needs to play against Roma. You need to give him an opportunity from minute one, and I don't think he will disappoint. I give him 6 because towards the end of the game, he really grew into it. So 6 for me. Weah, 5.5. Weah's going to need time. You know, injuries, playing here and there a little bit. He's going to need time. It's just not going to come off out of nowhere, and he's not going to drop in key performances when he's out for months and then he comes in for a cameo. It just needs time at this point, and we just need to hope he stays injury-free so he can get that time. Also, Cambiasso suspended. We don't know. McKennie came off injured, so there needs to be something against Roma, and he's probably going to play. Hopefully he can improve on that as well. Those are my player ratings. Let me know in the comments what you think. Good win, and we can move on. Have a very good Christmas Eve. Everybody who is celebrating that, enjoying that. Thanks for watching still on this day. Like the video, subscribe, and tomorrow on Christmas Day there will be a video. Keep in mind it is pre-recorded, but because I'm out, obviously, like a lot of people. But there will be a video out. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Ciao.